Hello everyone, and welcome to the first segment of Spoilers, featuring the spoilers from September 15th and 16th. So let's start with the colorless cards first. We have Gruesome Slaughter, which is a weird card. It's like a mass fall of the hammer for all your colorless creatures. But that being said, in limited you need to have at least 7 to 8 colorless creatures to be able to put this out consistently. So yeah, figure this out on your own if you're drafting it. For sealed it's more easy to do it because it's kind of a build around card. Now for standard, there is no chance that the 6 mana that does not clear the board will be good. And for commander, if you bring a colorless commander with that has no wrath except all its dust, then this is okay depending on the number of creatures you are running. The next colorless card is Scour from Existence. So a powerful common, very powerful, a lot of mana though. So that being said, some people say that this could have a chance in Tron, but I don't see it because yeah, 7 mana is Tron mana, but you really want to put out some threats and not keep it for removal, especially because 7 mana. So in green red Tron I don't see it. I could see it in mono blue Tron though, might be possibility. That because it's a very powerful common. There hasn't been any more powerful commons like this. Is like Other End, but in a common that's why it costs 7 mana. As for limited, removal is always good. This is unconditional removal for everything, plus it triggers your Eldrazi processor, so it's pretty good. And that's for the colorless. Let's move to the white spoilers. So next up for the white spoilers we have Quarantine Field, which is like a weird cousin from Oblivion Ring and Parallax Wave. So it's a 4 mana to become Oblivion Ring. Then it grows depending on how much money you spend on it. That being said, it doesn't exile permanently, but you always can use your processors to take care of the creatures while they're exiled. And yeah, let's see it on a scale. So 4 mana to exile 1 card, 6 to exile 2, 8 to exile 3. That seems okay, I guess, for standard. Commander, it could be even more viable because you have a lot of mana to spare. For limited it's obviously a bomb because it's mass removal, in a way. So for standard, I guess like could be a 1 or 2 off if Azorius control decks become a thing. But that's about it. No chance in modern or anything else really. So let's start with the blue spoilers now. We have Birthing Infiltrator, which is a pretty good creature. It's 3 mana 1/4, so it blocks well. It is unblockable or can be blocked, so you can attack anytime and trigger its ingest, so you get a card for your processors, which is really good. And it goes really well with the next card, which is Mark Strider. It's like a Sephirist Void Maze for Magic Origins. So on turn 4 you attack with your Infiltrator, then you play your Mark Strider and you summon one of your guys' creatures. So it's pretty powerful actually if you can pull the processing thing off. If you can't, it's just a War Hill Giant, so yeah. You need to play this card in a deck where you can pull it just consistently. Next up we have Part the Water Veil. Wow. Rip Magosi, first of all. Second of all, it's a time wrap for 1 more mana, and you have the option of playing for 9 mana to get a 6/6. So, is it really worth it, the awaken cost? Yes. Is it really worth it to cast it initially? No, because it's just a worse time wrap, which exiles itself. Also doesn't work off rebound because it exiles itself and you can't rebound it. That being said, I could see this being a potential finisher for control decks, because you can get to 9 mana, then do the awakening thing, attack for 6 next turn, play a Nugin or something. Seems pretty strong. I don't know, we'll have to see on this one. For limited it's obviously good because it's cheap. 4 limited. And that's pretty much it about this card, yeah. Also, another taking extra turn cards for commander decks, which they love to run. So next up we have Retreat to Coral Helm from the Retreat cycle. So you either get to trick bind the creature or something, or you get to scry one. Okay, so say you play this on turn 3, therefore you play a land, obviously on 4 limited. So you get to play a land after combat and tap your blocker, so it's like giving a creature vigilance, or you get to scry, so your land becomes an untapped scry land. Seems okay, I guess. I don't see it in standard. Some people say this could be standard controls, but because you can go crack the fetch, tap his attacker and tap your blocker, but I don't see it. So it's decently limited, I guess. Yeah, not more than one though on your deck. Like a 20 plus card for your deck. And then next we have Scattered to the Winds. Oh boy, the controversy has been shrouding this card. Oh my god. Okay, so it's a rare. Deal with it. You couldn't make this card an uncommon, or it would be too strong. So it's either a cancel or a 6 mana cancel and get the 3/3. So it's already better than cancel, which was your only 3 mana unconditional counter option for standard. You get to do it on 6 late game and get the 3/3 out of it. Obviously good C play standard because you don't have a better counter spell over this at 3 mana. That being said, is it good? It's okay, it's nothing too good. It's a decent card, that's about it. For limited, it's like cancel value plus you can get something, so not as high as your bombs or your removal, it's under there. It's a pretty interesting card as to what they can do, and it's the only instant speed awakening card, I think. Yes, pretty sure. So moving on to the next one, we have Ukin's Insight. So like Jace's Ingenuity, only you losing the speed to scry first. I guess most of controls will be like tap out controls instead of holding counter controls now. So if you really want to have card draw in your deck, this is an okay option. Like if you play Ukin, you get to scry 8 and then draw 3 cards, it's like a dig through time. So this is a fixed dig through time, pretty much, for control decks. A fixed dig through time. That being said, for limited, I guess drawing 3 cards is already good if you're doing it at sorcery speed. Plus an upside makes this okay, not better than bomb creatures or removal though. And that's pretty much about the blue spoilers. Let's get on with the black ones. So for the black spoiler we start with Complete Disregard, which is 3 mana, essentially instant speed Reef Soul from Magic Origins. So that means most of the time it's better than Reef Soul, and actually it's a pretty decent card. It's a conditional removal from limited but still removal, which makes this card pretty high pick in drafts and very good in sealed too. Also a little bit less good in sealed because in sealed you tend to run your bombs, so your bombs in this set are like 5 attack or more. But still a pretty decent card. Might see some sideboard play in standard, like conditional removal C from time to time, because it also exiles the creature, so that's pretty strong, because your processors then can get value. Next we have Culling Drone, a bear with upside. It's a very good gear filler for limited, and that's it about this card, it's nothing more. It has also ingest, so attack, you have one exile card processors online, so pretty good. Better than 2/2 for 2. Decent card. Next we have our Black Mythic, Drana, Liberator of Malekir. Speaking about strong creatures, wow, the power level is really on point here. So it has the stats of Vampire Nighthawk, it doesn't have lifelink or death touch, it has First Strike, and it learns you how to use First Strike pretty much, because when you attack with here and 2 other creatures, it deals first damage, then your creatures get pumped. I see this being a very strong tiny leader, and I think it will find a place in standard. It's a value creature, so it's pretty good. Also limited, it's a huge bomb. 2 mana, 3 mana to 3 first striker, With flying, it's insanely strong. Plus the cap up your team. Thank God this is legendary. Imagine having 2 of those. It would be insane. So yeah, very strong card. Definitely could seem some play in modern vampires, although vampires in modern are really bad right now. Yeah, so that's pretty much about it. Very good card though. Next we have Cool Draws Overseer. So another limited bomb, obviously, because you play a swamp, pretty much you trample blast your whole team except here. Also is a decent sized flyer. That being said, it's an only limited card, I can't see it anywhere else. Yeah, it seems pretty mediocre and everything else, even in Commander. I mean, you can't get 2 cards like from Miral Escape, get to swamps or something, that still seems pretty underpowered. Although, and mid-range deck might want distance and aggressive finisher, I don't know. There's no way this would see a play anywhere but limited. Moving on to the next one. So the Black Processor, it's a hill giant with a slight upside, so it's a pretty okay card. I mean, discarding is really worse than unsummoning, because they get to choose which card they discard, and they also discard what they want, so it's not random. Yeah, and it's just a 4-mana 3/3, so it's pretty decent. Next we have Retreat to Hagra. So your lands now become either +1/+0 in death touch. So since we have a Volatile Wild to trigger this in combat, but that's pretty much it. Yeah, we don't have anything else to instance get us lands in limited. And the other is Drain 1, pretty much. So it's pretty decent. It's nothing to die for, but it's okay. It's a little worse, I think, than the blue one. It's about the same level. That's what the retreats are. So moving on to the next and final spoiler for black, have Wasteland Strangler. 3 mana 3/2. Devoid, and pretty much use Skinny Render if you process 1 card. So he's pretty strong. Even if you don't play with 3 mana, he's decent at 4 mana, 5 mana, because the effect is a better disfigure. You can kill a 2-drop or a 3-drop pretty easily, and has a decent sized body. This for standard, if some processor units become good, I guess, and no, doesn't seem. Seems okay, it's not anything broken. And this rounds out the black cards, so let's move to the red section. So for the red card, let's start with Molten Nursery. 3 mana enchantment, which has pretty much labeled on it, find any way to make an infinite combo. So whenever you cast a colorless spell, deals 1 damage to target creature or player. So we need to find a way in Modern to actually return our Mem Knights and Ornithopters to our hand consistently and do this in an infinite way. That being said, other than that, I don't see it anywhere. I mean, if you can pull a decent colorless deck in Sealed, colorless, Devoid colorless at least, I can see this card pretty good. But other than that, I don't see a way you can really use this in standard, and I don't think there is something modern. I mean, there is the white deck that recycles stuff with the stations, so I could have this as a finisher, but I'm not sure that this can combo out. If it can combo out, it will be pretty bonkers, but other than that, it's a pretty decent card. For limited, you need to have at least 7 to 8 colorless spells to work this out. Yeah, it seems pretty good that way. Meaning for 3 to 4, it's a worse shock. It's not very good for 3 or 4. Tied with 5 and more colorless. And then we have Retreat to Valakut, which seems a stupid place to retreat to because you try to escape Eldrazi and you go to a mountain of Matala. Anyway, so this card pretty much is each land you go, you have it becomes Smolder Expires or Teetering Fix. This is where both land cards, or spell lands as they call them. It's pretty decent actually, because you either want to push in with 1 creature, so you like have a 3/3 and your opponent has a 3/4, you play a land, becomes a 5/3, you attack and your opponent has to block. He will block and you get the trade you need. Also, the can block basically can be really good because your opponent has like 3 creatures, you make one not able to block, you swing in and you get lethal. So it's pretty good and sounding, one of the best ones I think. Both effects are pretty good. And that's pretty much about the red spoilers, so let's move into the green ones. For green spoilers we only have one card. We have Beast Color Expert, which is your 2 mana dog, but it has 2 relevant creature types. It's an elf and it's also an ally, so you can go to the ally deck pretty easily, and you can go to the elf deck pretty easily. The real good thing about this card is that it has haste, so you can tap for mana or to attack the turn it comes to play. The downside is that you only get mana for creature spells, but you get any mana you want, so it's like a Birds of Paradise, no, not Birds of Paradise. The more accurate comparison would be Sylvan Caryatid. Caryatid was a little bit better because it had hexproof, so it was like an extra land that could also block anytime. That being said, this card is really good. I could see it in modern elves just because it has haste, so you can attack the turn you overrun if you hit it off something, or you just play it from your hand to increase the number of elves on board. And pretty much the elf deck is only creatures except for the Kokos. So this has a legit choice in modern, I think. Standard elves always want to run this because they don't have Elvish Mystic anymore. And for commander, Summon decks will run this because I like it in Sachi actually. I have a Sachi commander deck, so I will put one of these in, most definitely. So that's the only grey spoilers. Let's move to the multicolored ones. So for the multicolor we have only one spoiler again. It's Angelic Captain, which is like an ally lord or some sorts, but I don't think it's really that good anywhere other than limited, because obviously limited is a 5 mana 4/3 flyer. We don't care about the text, we just play this card. That being said, if you want to make an ally commander deck, he's also fine, but that's about this card. This card is really kind of boring actually because all it does is gets power toughness for its ally that attacks, so yeah, very Boros feeling, I agree, but other than that it's not really anything good. It's pretty mediocre. It's bulk status actually. So that's about multicolors. Let's move into the artifacts and lands section. And for artifacts and lands we only got one spoiler. We got Blighted Cataract, which the Blighted lands will probably be a cycle that adds 1 colorless, and for some colorless and the color of the mana you get to do something. So this one is actually strong because you get to draw 2 cards, so it's very good in limited, and also commander because you have lots of mana, so drawing cards an upside. Now for standard, it actually could see a 1 off or 2 off at maximum though in some control decks, since they run H-Ring Network, but it's actually pretty strong for an uncommon land. Not the first pick, but definitely mid pick in general. So that's for the Tuesday and Wednesday spoilers. Tune in on Friday to see the Thursday and Friday spoilers. And that's all for now, guys. Please subscribe if you like the content, and give us a like in the Facebook page too. Thanks for watching. See you around, everyone.